I remember during football practice when I was a little kid and we were lining up to do hitting drills. So if you don't know what hitting drills are, it's basically two people running at each other at full speed where one person is holding the football and the other person has to tackle them and bring them to the ground. And so I remember during this time, I was actually pretty good at tackling. I was one of the hardest hitters on my team. But the thing was, there was one kid who was like 50 pounds more than me that was like the tallest on the team, and his name was Peanut. And so this kid was literally the hardest hitter in like the whole league. I remember during the season he hit other quarterbacks so hard that he injured like 3 of them. And so I remember how we split the team up into 2 lines, and the hitting drills were one at a time, so it would only be one person going at a time. And so the rest of the line would be like behind on each side. And so I remember it was during this time where like the kids that were scared of getting hit, they would like sneak to the back of the line every time, and so they'd end up like never going. And so you'd have only like a few kids actually hitting the entire time. And so I remember one kid in front of me, he was lined up with Peanut, and they were both like number 3 in the line. And he was like, bro, And so he went to the back of the line, and then I was up next to line up against him, which means that now I was lined up against Peanut. And so I remember as I was getting ready, the people behind me were like tapping my shoulder, like, good luck, bro, good luck. And so now I saw that I was lined up against him. It was my turn. And so I got into my stance, he got into his stance, and we were waiting for that whistle to blow. I was trying to breathe and just trying to focus as much as I can on going all in. And so the whistle blew, we ran at each other full speed, and I went to tackle, and I just got destroyed, bro. I got obliterated, and I didn't tackle him. He had the ball, and I didn't tackle him. And so as he hit me and I was flying backwards, I landed on my back, and it pushed like all the air out of my lungs, and so I was like, And so I was sitting there looking up at the sky, like trying not to cry pretty much. And so the other kids were around me, and they were like, yo, you good? You good? And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. And then like one of them helped get me up, and I was like still trying not to cry, and I'm like, yeah, I'm good. And so there I was standing up on the field, low-key crying. But here's the thing, I still got a lot of respect for that, because even though I was scared, I still stepped up. And so afterwards, my teammates said that I did a really good job and that I had a lot of courage stepping up. Now the thing was, I wasn't satisfied with what happened, and so I'd practiced hitting harder and harder, and I actually started to go to work on hitting drills a lot more. And so I remember lining up a few weeks later against Peanut again. But the thing is, this time I was ready. I'd been practicing a lot of hitting drills, and I'd gotten a lot better at hitting. And so by this time when we lined up, I was able to tackle him. It still hurt like hell, but I was able to tackle him. And so that was the moment that I learned that courage isn't just about being fearless. So for some reason, a lot of people have this idea that being brave and courageous is about being fearless. Something that you have to realize about the people that seem fearless is that they feel incredible amounts of fear. They feel the same way that you do, but the only thing that's different between you and them is that they don't let their fear control them. And so even though they feel that fear, even though they feel that anxiety, they push through it, and they've gotten into the habit of pushing through it every single time. So no matter what it seems like the situation that they're in, they're always able to step up. And so that's one of the most important lessons that I learned from this story. I want you to know that I feel fear, you feel fear, all of your friends feel fear, your parents feel fear. Everybody that you know has some sort of fear. So you have to realize that everybody feels fear. And so the people that achieve their dreams are the ones who are able to push through this fear. They don't let this fear control them, even though they very strongly feel it. They don't let it control their actions, who they become, or what they do. And so that was honestly one of the scariest things about starting a YouTube channel. The fact that I know all of my friends and all of my family would be watching me doing this. I kind of thought that they would think something else about me. They'd think different about me, or they'd be like, oh, that's not Justin. That's not what he does. And so that was like that fear that was controlling me for like a long time from not posting videos. And so even though I was scared of posting my first videos, and I'm still somewhat scared now, I always push through it and I always post anyways, because I know what I actually want to do. I know what my mission is, and I know that there's people out there that I can help. And so that's literally why I make these videos. And so honestly, after just saying that, I didn't have that on my script, by the way, but after just saying that, it was like a huge release to just let out and to explain to the camera. And so if you're one of my good friends that are watching this, I want you to know that I was scared of posting. For the longest time, I was scared of posting. And 6 months ago, actually like a year ago, I posted my first YouTube video. And then like I tried to hide it and I tried not to show it to anybody. But over time, I've gotten more and more open about it, because why would I hide something that I'm doing? Like, why would I hide my mission actively, right? And so I was like, for the longest time, I was scared to do it. But the thing is, I felt that fear and I pushed through it. And so Whatever your dreams are, whatever you strive to do, know that there's going to be fear. Know that there's going to be doubt in your mind. But just because it's there doesn't mean that you actually have to listen to it. Because when you get to the end of your life, are you going to care about whether you were scared to do something or not? Are you going to care about what other people actually thought of you at the time? Not really. You're going to care about what you did with your life. And so if you're too busy sitting there scared to do something, you're just going to be wasting time and wasting part of your life. And so you can't let this fear control you. You really have to just push through it, and to post or to do whatever you're trying to do, don't be afraid to do it. We need to be able to take action and to push through those fears. And so if you like the advice that I'm giving and you want to spend less time on your phone and less time distracted by scrolling and social media and all these irrelevant distractions and noise that literally used to give me anxiety, because I'd spend time on social media, I'd spend time playing video games, and I wasn't fulfilling anything that I actually wanted to long term. And so this caused like this deep paining anxiety. And so I want to help you if you feel that same way. Make sure to subscribe and then go down and comment your story. My name is Justin, and remember, you deserve the consequences of your actions.